What's up guys, welcome back to another video. And on today's video I got some fuel lines finally, so I'm gonna be changing out my fuel lines, and it's a pretty self-explanatory job, so I'm gonna probably end up just putting you guys on the time lapse. But anyways, let's get started. All right, so first off, I'm gonna take off these 3 nuts right there, and then I'm gonna get these 2 studs right there, the big ones, because I believe that these ones, or maybe it's actually these ones, one of these nuts are for the gas tank, and then some of them are actually for mounting to the body, the skid plate. So I'm gonna figure out which ones those are, and then I'm gonna take those off, and once all those are off, it should just drop down pretty easy. I got the jack already set up, and I'm just gonna lower it down to where I can access these fuel lines, which are leaking really badly, and then I'm gonna disconnect them and get new. I have new ones, so I'm gonna put those on. Alright, now that all the bolts are out, or the nuts I should say, I should be able to just lower this thing down, and it should come down pretty easy. I did have a tough time with this new skid plate because it just seemed like it needed to be squeezed in just a little bit because it didn't want to fit on the bolts. But I'm gonna lower it down, and let's see how difficult it is. I also forgot I have to take the fuel neck, which is gonna be tucked way up in there. I gotta take that fuel neck off of the tank side. I mean, I could probably do it off the other side, but it'll just make it a little bit more of a pain, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna try to take off the first one, which is the one that goes to the actual gas cap, and then I'm gonna see if I can maybe just drop it down just enough on the one side so that I can access all the lines and everything. So I'm pretty sure that I have enough access in here. I mean, I could reach my hand all the way in here to get to the fuel lines. The other side is already accessible without the tank dropped. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew the fuel lines and replace them, and I think this should be all that I need. I didn't even have to take off the fuel neck. So this is actually not as bad of a job as I thought it was gonna be, because I've already pulled this tank many times, but I've always pulled the fuel neck off to drop it all the way because I've done the fuel pump and all kinds of stuff like that. So this should be a pretty simple job. All right, just got the fuel lines done. This whole piece should now just come right out. Giving you guys a view of that. So this is tucked between the frames, so it's gotta be pulled out of there first. But when it is pulled out of there, it should be pretty easy. That's just the nylon. There's a little nylon cover on here. It makes that noise, but anyway, here we go. All right. So the problem is that they didn't give me fuel line when I asked for fuel line, because it's supposed to say on here fuel line, but it doesn't say that. So pretty sure they gave me the wrong ones. I'm gonna go measure these out, cut them, figure out which is which, the return and the flow, and we will get it all situated. So I'm gonna take off this little sleeve because might as well reuse that. Got my brand new hose right here. Junk. And this one, as you can see, says fuel injection system. So it's made for fuel, where the other one doesn't even say that. So I should have a lot more reliability with this hose over this one, because it literally doesn't even say fuel at all. So they gave me the wrong one. Anyway, I'm gonna get these measured, cut, and then I'm gonna get back to it. Okay, all measured, cut, got the sleeve on it, and I'm ready to put it back in. I gotta make sure that I got the fill line, the return, and the inlet hose, the pressure line in the right spot, because I forgot to look at the orientation of it. Anyway, I'll get it figured out. Fill lines are finally in and done. I did have them switched around the wrong way at first, which you could always tell. I mean, it's a pretty obvious sign that the car doesn't start. Anyway, I got it right. And I haven't even test started it yet, so you guys will see it right here first. There we go. It wasn't starting before because I had those lines switched back, but when I reversed it and runs fine, I shouldn't have any leaks at all. I'm gonna check for just assurance. Yeah, I shouldn't have any leaks at all. Finally got my fuel lines done. It feels good. It didn't take long. I knew it wouldn't, and it's very cheap to do, but I've just been very lazy. Anyway, next is the clutch, and then after the clutch is done, I got to get to that rear drum, that brake drum cylinder, and then once those are knocked out, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the rear main sill because it's something that needs to be done. And that one is a pain in the ass kind of job. You got to pull the oil pan, you got to pull the main cap in the rear, you have to use a chisel or I guess a hole punch or something like that, and then you knock the rear main out. And then you slide the new one back in, and you know, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But anyway, it has to be done. It's been leaking like that for years now, and I don't know why I've never done it in the past. Anyway, Jeep is done. I'm gonna get to the clutch next. Probably gonna be in the next video, but it's gonna be right now. So hope you guys like this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.